Now, joining me, great pleasure, the aforementioned Dan Clifton, genius from Strategas partner and director of, we're going to call you Genius in Chief, Dan Clifton, after your phenomenal piece today. I know you sent it to me, but I saw it first, and I said to you, you got to come on the show. So tell us. So as I understand your analysis, even I can understand this, at the lower 21% Trump rate, tax revenues from corporate activity, revenues are higher today than they were before at the 35% rate. How is this possible, I ask you?
Larry, thank you for having me on. Let me start off by saying that if you tax something less, you are going to get more of it. And in 2017, at the end of the year, we cut the corporate tax rate from 35 to 21. We cut income tax rates. We got more profits, we got more growth, and we got more capital gains. Now, it started to show up in wages first, because when you cut the corporate tax rate, companies then had the liquidity to increase wages of their workers and do more investment. So if you look at 2018 and 2019, we got strong wage growth, particularly at the low end of the spectrum, and we were able to do it without creating inflation. Then we had a pandemic. But even as that pandemic played out, corporate profits are through the roof. And if corporate profits are higher, corporate tax collections are going to be higher. In 2021, we had the highest corporate tax collections ever on record. And now what's happening is that corporate tax collections as a percentage of total profits are actually higher in 2021 than they were in 2017 when we had a 35% tax rate.
I just love
We are on pace to be about 20% above where the Congressional Budget Office corporate tax revenues were going to be even before we cut that corporate tax rate. So that is an amazing feat. So now, I just want to give you one caveat. We've been below the level that CBO thought we were going to be over the last couple of years. We've now just started to exceed that level, and it has to be continuous. But we are now in a place where we are getting the economic benefits of those low corporate tax rates, and we are not getting that deficit impact of it. Well, we believe by the end of the second quarter, tax revenues as a percentage of GDP will be near, if not at, a record high in U.S. history.
All right, let me.
And we're
now,
doing
hang on,
that
Dan.
without
Hang on,
raising taxes.
Dan. Hang on. Let me walk you through this. I appreciate the narrative. Okay. You don't have to get it out all at once, piece by piece. First of all, the skeptics were wrong in 2017, right. And I just want to I want to qualify and clarify this point, because there were many of us using dynamic models that argued lower corporate tax rates, which were the highest in the world. This moved us down to the middle, made us more competitive, right? I'm going to get to the repatriations in a minute. Would, in fact, promote business growth, promote business revenues, and would show up better than all the official Congressional Budget Office Joint Tax Committee estimates. We did this again and again. I mean, if the rate had been lower, Dan, think about this for a second. I mean, Trump and I and some others, we wanted to go to 15%. All right, I think that would have worked too. But even at 21, I just want to clarify what you're saying is we are on track to get more tax collections from corporations than before the tax cuts took place, which was the end of 2017. 2018 was really the first year. Is that so? You're just saying, okay, the Laffer curve worked. Fair?
Absolutely.
Right.
And Larry, let me just tell you this data point. I mean, we're already above where CBO thought we'd be in fiscal year 2023, which hasn't even started. So all we do is have to just stay at this level, and we're going to exceed not only 22 but 23's forecast on these tax revenues. It's a pretty astonishing feat.
So let me,
and one which you proved to be correct.
Well, let me, one time in a row. But let me just say, President Biden, in his budget, both his first budget, the BBB, and the most recent budget, he is saying that Trump's corporate tax cuts created massive deficits. And that's why the tax rate has to go back to, I think, 28%. Even our friend Joe Manchin was worried and would have it go to 25%. Not Sinema, who didn't want to raise them at all. But what your analysis is doing, and I know this has got to get around, your analysis is showing that is not the case. The revenues flowed in. The collections have come faster than anybody thought possible. And we don't have a deficit problem from this source. We have a deficit problem from massive spending and the like, but not from the corporate tax cut.
Larry, not only that, we're going to have a record income tax as a percent of GDP, a record corporate tax as a percent of GDP. We do not have a revenue problem.
Right.
We have a spending problem.
Yes, we do.
Historically, it's been about 18.5% that the federal government spent of GDP. We're at 26% of GDP today. All of the deficit is on the spending side. And we are at 1999, 2000 levels of tax revenue, which is often not understood because the deficit is large, that people believe it's tax and spending or just tax. This is spending.
Right.
And that means there's no reason
to be
raising taxes.
We spend
and
way too much.
In fact, we should be making these tax cuts permanent,
yes, we
not
should.
increasing.
There you go. Bingo. That's a key point. Absolutely key point. Last point, Dan. Last point. We got to get out. You point out in your piece that because of a minimum tax on overseas profits, at a 10 or 12% tax rate, there was repatriation to avoid the double taxation. And that repatriation of foreign earnings, which was sitting, doing nobody any good in overseas bank accounts, has come back at a record-breaking, I think you say to me, let me see, how much?
$1.8 trillion
of repatriation. Now that, we argued the same thing. I mean, I'm going to go back 5 years. We made the same case. Remember the $400 billion or $450 billion? Those were the last things, and people were worried about that. Therefore, nonsense. Repatriation's way beyond what anybody thought.
Absolutely. But, Larry, the money was just sitting overseas. Companies wouldn't bring it back because they were going to face a second layer of taxation. We freed them of that. They brought the money home. They invested in America. It gave them a cushion to deal with COVID and even some of this inflation. This is an unabashed victory, and it's often not being discussed because there's misinformation about what happened after that tax cut and why we have a deficit today. This is a victory for America, and we should be making these tax changes permanent.
Take a victory lap, Dan. Crunch the numbers. The Lord loves accurate number crunchers. Okay, Dan Clifton? The Lord loves here, following Easter, the Lord loves, and Passover, the Lord loves good number crunchers. Facts go a long way, if not necessarily in Biden's Washington, on this program. We thank you very much for your efforts. And the moral of the story, folks, is leave the Trump tax cuts, make them permanent, as Dan Clifton suggested. You want growth? Leave the tax cuts in place.